Hello, everyone. My name is Anjali. I did my bachelor's in electronics and communication, and I did my master's in business administration, strategy, and innovation. And I worked in 3 multinationals in 3 countries, and I've launched a lot of products in different continents. And lately, I've coached about 30 tech startups. So I would like to, and I'm no expert on diversity, but I would like to begin the talk today by thanking the great managers who chose me to be the exotic factor in their teams. And they didn't only choose me to be that factor, but they also educated me and supported me while I built diverse teams. So it's no wonder that all of them, most of them, are now my references. They're my close friends, and they're also my mentors. And what has happened during the entire process is that I've learned a lot about being the exotic factor, but also how do you build diverse teams. And diversity is not for everyone. So if you have customers that look like a certain group, I agree with your target group statement, and you think that you have a solution that is going to work for that particular set of customers, please don't go in for diversity. But because I work with innovation, I like to quote some research which has looked at all listed companies, and they have identified that their life expectancy today, if they are the way they were, is about 15 years. So if you're building something that needs to evolve, if you have a growth strategy, or if you have innovation on your agenda, you should think about a few things. Does your team represent the race, the gender, the age, the education, the upbringing, the mental and physical health issues that your target customers and your target partners have? If yes, you need a team to represent that. And you know, when you jump into diversity, there are a few things to take care of. First of all, you remember how you learned to swim? You didn't talk about the water. You didn't talk about the pool. You didn't dip your toe in the water. What did you do? You jumped right in. So if you're a hiring manager and you're looking at a candidate and you feel safe, you're not taking the risk. Because if you could do the thing by yourself, you wouldn't need that team. And whatever candidate you take, be sure the rest of your crew is going to think that you selected them for political reasons, or you selected them to get some diversity points. And anyone who's led a diverse team knows it's very difficult. So every time I had a team, I had to spend a lot of time talking to them, talking about various issues, arranging a lot of after work so that there were no alliances that were formed or no enmity that was formed. And my best learning for me was when I actually got the diverse teams to sit down together and openly talk about the ways of working and to also define their own KPIs. And that really worked. And it paid off big time, because I not only got a huge salary increase, lots of bonuses, I managed to get, to be the youngest. I got a age advantage of about 15 years to my peers because of my diverse teams, and I built so many cool things and launched them in so many different countries. So it really pays off. The effort and the time pays off. And then the question is about, or the elephant in the room is about prejudices. Because everyone has a prejudice. Either you are not aware of it, or you don't address it. And there's a simple prejudice like, all Swedes I know have done a marathon, or have done Vasaloppet. Or it could be something like, every Indian I know has an high IQ or knows yoga. You know, but some of them are really crippling. If I can have just 2 minutes more. One of the psychologists that I had in my training that taught me how to deal with multicultural teams, what they said was, take a word, and this is an exercise for all of you to do today. Take a word, try to explain it to your child. Let's say capitalism. Try to do that in English. No synonyms. Okay? You have to explain the word. And then try to do it in Swedish. And analyze the explanation you gave your child. There is where your prejudice lies. Also, another thing that one more exercise for everyone, the last one. When we meet somebody, we always say, where do you come from? And the reason we do that is because we would be comfortable by putting them in a box. You know? How many of you know someone who does not behave like the way they look, or the way that you assume they would do when you saw them first? Anybody who's saying no? Yeah. Okay. So my second task for the day, after you've spoken to your child, is communicate, talk to the person, take the risk on somebody who doesn't look like you, who doesn't behave like you, and I can promise you, both of you will be richer for it. Thank you.